My name's Miranda Luby, and this is my debut young adult novel, Sadie Starr's Guide to Starting Over. So this book is about a 16-year-old girl named Sadie who is just starting year 11 when her family moves interstate. And she uses it as a chance to reinvent herself. She deletes all her social media, she starts a new diet, she throws out her wardrobe. It's going to be the whole new her, a better version of Sadie. And at her new school, she meets this all-girls feminist group. And Sadie pretty quickly realizes there's some big secret going on behind their social activism. Things get very messy for her personally and socially, and she needs to figure out who she is and what she stands for. This is a book about perfectionism, the real dangers of it. It's a book about disordered eating, particularly binge eating disorder, which I think is not something spoken a lot about in our society because there's so much shame and stigma attached to it. The book's also about performative social activism and cancel culture and the need for more nuance in our thinking and kindness as well when dealing with other people and when dealing with ourselves. And it's just about learning to live with the messiness of being human, particularly of being a teenager. My real hope for this book is that there are some readers that see themselves in Sadie, recognize that maybe they need some help, that what they're going through is not their fault, and then they might reach out to somebody and start that journey towards being kinder to themselves. So I'm going to read you two sections, the very opening, and then another section which I'll describe after that. So this is from chapter 1. A bathroom cubicle probably isn't the best place for a fresh start, symbolically speaking. But that's where I am, perched on the toilet lid, knees pulled to my chest, staring down at my phone, about to delete my life. Attention passengers, flight QF472 to Melbourne is now in its final stages of boarding. I block out the echoey speaker voice calling from the nearby gate and refocus on my screen. You can't rush a rebirth. Are you sure you want to permanently delete your account? Instagram asks me. This action can't be undone. Well, obviously. That's the whole point. That's what makes it so freeing. A few cubicles down, someone flushes. I mentally transform the sound of rushing toilet water into something meaningful. Purification, cleansing, baptism. This moment is holy. I tap yes, then move on to my other apps. I feel lighter and lighter as I delete TikTok and Snapchat, even my barely used Facebook. Photos, comments, likes, gone. Versions of me I've magicked into existence are all erased in an instant. My name, written in golden sparkler, disappearing into the night sky. For a moment I float up above my earthbound self and see me from someone else's perspective. And yeah, a 16-year-old erasing her online life does seem a little disconcerting. She must be escaping some brutal online bullying, or maybe she's gone viral for all the wrong reasons. But it's not that. It's about what it stands for. Like how a heart emoji has a whole world of meaning behind its shape. Besides, I don't exactly have a lot to lose. The last TikTok I posted was a year-old trend with out-of-sync audio. It got 4 likes. Once my apps have been sucked back into the ether, I decide to take it one step further, just to be sure I leave my old self behind. After 3 attempts, I remember the password for my old blog, The Adventures of Kant the Philosophy Cat, and delete it. Rest in peace, wise feline friend. Sadie, hurry up, sweetie, please don't make us that family. I sigh, unsure why our reputation with random airport strangers should matter, and shout out to Mum, coming. I check my phone for one last message from Daniel, but there's nothing. Just a generic background where that ridiculous selfie of us on that roller coaster at Luna Park, Sydney was until this morning. Eyes wild, mouths wide, life rushing in. I flick my phone to flight mode before I can obsess about him any further. Then I flush, for symbolism's sake, unlock the door and step out. I pause, staring at the girl in the soap-splattered mirror. Plain t-shirt, jeans, clear lip gloss, a blank slate, a fresh start, a whole new me. I walk out of the bathroom and into my new life. So that is the opening. And then I just wanted to read you this little bit from chapter 2, where Sadie sort of goes into why she's so obsessed with fresh starts and starting over. And this gives us a bit of an insight into her perfectionism and her black and white thinking, and gives a hint at what's to come for her. For as long as I can remember, I've been obsessed with the idea of starting over, wiping the slate clean, beginning again. When I was 14, I used to binge makeover reality TV with Mum. She got me into Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. My favourite part is at the end, when the subject of transformation says some version of, "It just feels like a whole new me." We also love those Marie Kondo shows, the ones where the Japanese lady swoops in to reorganise someone's disaster of a house. They're all like, "Oh my God, this is life-changing. Things are going to be different from now on." I'd literally get goosebumps. At 15, I was fascinated with people who faked their own deaths. There's actually a name for that. Pseudocide. Faking your own death and starting again, unencumbered by the disappointments of the past. They'd usually get caught turning up on a beach in Barbados with a haircut and a tan 10 days later. But I'd imagine those few days of not being themselves for the first time in their lives were very freeing, transcendent even. Pseudocide is pretty extreme, obviously, and I would never sacrifice my soul to reality TV, despite adults assuming everyone in my generation is desperate to be famous. But trust me, there are plenty of ways to create that addictive chance to get things perfect this time feeling. The one that makes every mistake you've ever made fade into blissful oblivion, blotted out by the blinding potential of your new self. You can delete all your social media, begin a strict eating regime, start at a new school. A New Year's resolution will do it. Even a Monday can make you feel like you've got the shot at getting life right from now on. See, starting over is a magic trick. But instead of making a rabbit appear, it makes thoughts disappear. Not your everyday harmless, "Oh, that puppy is adorable" thoughts. They can stay. I mean the kind of thoughts about how uncertain and unpredictable and unfathomably huge life feels. How you're doing it all wrong. How you're all wrong. Start over and you have the chance to be someone better. All you have to do is stop your old self creeping back in. You can imagine Sadie's old self begins to creep back in, and that is what she has to deal with in this book, along with some pretty heavy social stuff she's going through at school. So I hope you enjoy that reading. Sadie Starr's Guide to Starting Over. It's out now with Text Publishing, and if you read it, I really hope you enjoy it. Thanks.